Hello everyone, good evening, welcome to the class. This is MN Ramesh, welcome you all to India's largest e-learning platform. We have been discussing analog circuits under the batch Target Gate 2021. So you all know that we have started with analog circuits to crack a very good rank in Gate 2021. Hope you're all safe and healthy at your places. And I wish you're all not moving out and staying at home, but not wasting your time. You are learning something. Exclusively Target Gate 2021. The students who are watching this live is for cracking the gate examination in 2021 with a flying colors and with a very good rank. And for that, we are teaching uh, each and every subject with full syllabus, and we started with analog circuits and the rest of the subjects keep coming. Once we finish this analog circuits, we'll get another subject. In the series of these lectures, analog circuits for this Target Gate 2021, we started with diode circuits, basics of the diodes we understood, clippers also we understood, rectifiers also we understood. Now it's time to learn about regulator. What exactly regulator is, how the regulator works, and how to solve the problems on regulators. These are the things we are going to discuss. Okay, what is regulator, how regulator works, and problems on regulators. If you know this and this, then you can solve problems on regulators. This is what we are going to see in the practice session after understanding how and what. Right, guys? Hope you are all doing well. Let me see how many of the students are ready to crack the GATE exam 2021. Come on, guys. How many of you are confident enough? Tell me. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yashwant, today you are the fourth one to log in. The first one today is Sakshi Sonal. Mugundam, Ramya, Akash, Amit Raj, Surya, Harsh, Guru, Banti, Sridevi, Sai Kumar, Shubham, and many more students are there. Thank you all for joining me, and keep sharing this information, guys. Keep sharing this information to all the students to join in this batch so that more and more we can learn. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Tell me, guys, how are you all, and how confident you are in cracking GATE 2021? Or some students are also there, maybe talking about 2022 also. How many of you are confident enough that you can crack the GATE exam? Come on, guys. Come on, please type yes if you are confident. Yes, if you are confident. Can you increase volume a little bit? Anudeep, yes, sure, sure, sure. I'll do that. I speak little louder. Don't worry. This is the spirit I want. Yes, that's the spirit I want. Yeah, Shivam already cracked the GATE examination. Shivam, what was your previous rank? Huh. Sure, Sunil. Sunil, we are always there with you. Great, Naga Chaitanya, you also have already cracked the GATE exam. Great it is. Always try to improve your rank if you have already cracked it. If not, in the first attempt only, you should get it. To crack the GATE examination in the first attempt, we are always there, guys, with you. And your efforts are also required. Just we are teaching, you are attending the classes is not sufficient. You also have to practice. This part is from your side, because this part I cannot do that. Third is writing the mock exams. You have to write. I'll tell you when you have to start the mock exams and all. During our journey, I keep talking to you always, and keep guiding you what to do, how to do. Every month or every 2 months, I come, even after my class is over, I keep telling you. But please, guys, one very important thing many students make a mistake is, initially everybody will be of more of interest, but as we progress, because our exam is next year, February 2021, everybody think that there is a lot of time. No, we don't have a lot of time. We have very little time, and which is sufficient time only, not too much time is there. So I will be telling you what to do, how to do every time, not only just teaching and leaving you. but you have to do those things what I am guiding. Right now what I am saying to attend all the classes without fail. Second is I am asking you to write the quizzes and practice. Before writing the quiz, I am asking you to practice the class problems. If possible, please try to solve the previous GATE and ESC problems. This is what I am telling you to follow right now. Later, as we progress, I keep changing the strategy because I want you people to crack the GATE examination with a very good rank. That is the objective. In this journey, if you have any new idea which is required and which is useful for you guys, please share with us. If you have any idea, a good idea that it is helpful for you all people to improve your performance in the GATE exam, please share with us so that we try to implement it. Okay, I am always welcome to accept yours. Yes, I do that. Shivam, 2243, great. I wish your rank is 2243 last year. I want to remove these 2 digits this year. I want you below 50. करेंगे? Great. Hindu, you are confident, very good. Jishan, no. Small signal analysis of diode is not required as per the GATE examination. Diode, based on diode, you will get directly problems. No analysis and all. Nothing will be asked. Daily practice questions is preferred. We are giving no in the form of quiz. In the form of quiz, we are giving no. That is for practice only. What else you want? After completion of every subject, you are asking practice sessions. Practice has to be done by you guys, not by us. Okay, Shivam, great. Venkat Sai, yours is 333306. Great. Again, I tell you to remove the last 2 digits. Shivam, great it is. Are you from Hyderabad? Okay, Abhilasha is also asking for more questions. Sure guys, I take your input and soon I'll announce. Maybe give me some time also to collect the questions for subject wise and all. We try to give you more and more questions for practice. We'll come up with that. Don't worry. Okay, shall I start guys? Come on, Shivam, you are from Bangalore. Okay, I have visited to Bangalore many times for taking classes in Jayanagar, in Malleshwaram. Okay, I have taken many times in Bangalore. Okay guys, let's start. Let's start with what is regulator first. If I want to say what is regulator, okay. Have you ever seen any regulator at your home? Have you ever seen a regulator at your home? Come on. Surya Prakash, reference books wantedly I am not giving. I'll give you after completing 50% of the syllabus. Reference books then I'll give you. Right now it is not required to refer the books. That's why I'm not giving you. If you know already, you can go. Otherwise, first you concentrate on classes and then quizzes and our PDF. Sufficient. Remaining things we'll discuss later. Yes, reference books also required. I'll tell you. Yes, many people are saying that fan regulator. Okay, but fan regulator is not the regulator which we are discussing. This is the regulator called voltage regulator we are talking about. Fan regulator is a speed regulator it is. You all know the fan regulator, but it regulates the speed. Fan regulator is not this regulator which we are discussing. Fan regulator is just a potentiometer. It is a variable resistor. By rotating the knob, the resistance is changed so that the current flowing through the winding of the fan will be changing. So the speed is changing. This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, this is not our regulator. What is our regulator? Regulator is a circuit. If I say this is a regulator, okay, listen carefully all of you. Yes. Stabilizer. Yes, stabilizer, right? You must have seen stabilizer. What is stabilizer is doing? What for stabilizer is doing? You know, the household supply 230 volts, 50 hertz we generally say is not always 230 volts. Due to some transmission and distribution changes, 230 volts may not be exactly 230 volts always. Sometimes it may be 210 volts also, sometimes it may be 270 volts also. Worst case values, maybe it is 180 also, it may be 290 also, worst case. So if your electrical appliances like refrigerator, your AC, etc., electrical appliances are designed for 230 volts, 50 hertz frequency, and if you are applying some other voltage due to some changes in the supply, then your electrical appliance may get damaged. To protect this device, you have to have a device in between, which is we call it as stabilizer. So stabilizer, what it will do is, the stabilizer will give you the output as 230 volts, even input is reduced or increased. That is what stabilizer we call it as. Something like that only. Yes, exactly. Yes. Something like that only. Adapter, phone adapter is not only regulator. Phone adapter is rectifier along with the filters, along with regulator it is. Okay. Okay, Sunil, you are asking to you need some time to take the slides, screenshots. Sure. Please take it. Okay. So regulator is also something like stabilizer only. Suppose if I say it is a regulator and if I say this is some input. Okay, if I apply some input here, output if I call here, this is the output, and if I connect some load here to this, if I say this is load. Regulator is a circuit, even if input increases or decreases for some reasons, even if input varies, fluctuates, output remains constant. Output remains constant. That is the circuit which can keep the output voltage constant, even input voltage increases or decreases, is called regulator. Okay, is called regulator. Not only this. Let's say input is constant, but if load changes, if load increases or decreases, but still output should be maintained constant. That is the circuit called as regulator. Got it? What is stabilizer? Stabilizer. Stabilizer is also applied with input, which is household supply. Output is, we say that it is 230 volts always. We say that it is 230 volts, right? Output is 230 volts. So what we are connecting, you may be connecting this as an electrical appliance, maybe refrigerator, maybe AC, whatever you connect, the output voltage will be always maintained 230 volts as per the design of this stabilizer, right? So if input increases or decreases, output remains constant. Whatever the load you connect, stabilizer you connect, or refrigerator you connect, or fan you connect, or tube light you connect, it always provides 230 volts. That means even if it is different loads, output remains same. That is what stabilizer. Same is the case regulator I am saying, no? When input changes or load changes, output remains same. This is what the circuit called as regulator. Then what is the basic difference between regulator and stabilizer? Definition looks same almost. Can anybody say, guys, what is the difference between stabilizer and regulator? Can anybody say? Can anybody say what is the difference between regulator and stabilizer? Jyotsna, very good. Any others? Yes. Stabilizer works for AC, regulator works for DC. The input what we are talking about here is DC, whereas for stabilizer the input is AC. Okay. Okay. Hope it is clear for you. So let me define the regulator once again. Regulator input is always DC. Remember that. If this DC increases or decreases, if it is not a reliable DC, okay, DC means it should be constant. Maybe for some reasons, if it is increasing or decreasing, then the output voltage must be constant. Output voltage must be constant. This is the circuit called as regulator. So regulator is a circuit which can maintain the output voltage constant even if input increases or decreases. Not only that, output should be constant even if load increases or decreases also. For variation in load also, the output should be constant. That is what a regulator called. Got it? Now let us see how it is possible to maintain the output constant if input is changing. How it is, let us see. For fan we put regulator, it is not a AC consuming device. Fan regulator is, I told you, it is a potentiometer after all. So it is just a speed regulator, not voltage regulator. Okay, let's understand how to get this regulation with Zener diode. Please hold your chart for some time, then you can understand. Zener diode works as regulator. If you want Zener diode as a regulator, you always have to remember three things. Okay, one is Zener must be operated under reverse bias. If you want Zener diode as a regulator, Zener must be operated under reverse bias. Second is not just reverse bias, it must be operated in breakdown. Okay. See, I'm not telling you everything about Zener diode. It is not necessary. I'll tell you whatever is required to understand the regulator. Those many are only the things I am going to tell you about regulator, about Zener diode. So remember, any diode we know already, any diode we know, even Zener diode also, if anode is greater than cathode, we call it as forward bias. All of you listen very, very carefully. If you understand this 10 minutes discussion initially, then regulator becomes so simple for you. Listen first 10 minutes carefully. Second, if cathode voltage is greater than anode voltage, we call it as reverse bias. Okay, these things we already know for a normal diode also. But now I'll say one more thing, that if cathode voltage is more than the breakdown voltage, which we call it as Zener breakdown voltage, or VZ we call it as. How much it is? It will be given by the manufacturer. 5 volts or 10 volts, 6 volts. Different Zener diodes are available in the market, like different resistors are available. Different Zener diodes are available. If cathode voltage is more than the breakdown voltage, Zener is said to be under breakdown region. So Zener is having 3 regions of operation, unlike normal diode. Normal diode is having 2 regions, forward bias and reverse bias. Zener is having the third region, which is very, very important, which is breakdown region. What is breakdown region? Cathode voltage should be more than breakdown voltage. This is called breakdown voltage. Breakdown region. Fine, sir. What if the Zener is under breakdown? If Zener is under just reverse bias, there is no current flowing from cathode to anode. We know that, right? No current flows from cathode to anode. But if Zener is under breakdown, there is a current flowing from cathode to anode. That current we call it as IZ, Zener current. How much it will be? It can be something very, very small, which we call it as knee current, or it may be something very, very large, called as maximum current. So Zener current can be anywhere in this, right? For example, if I have a Zener diode with me whose breakdown voltage is equal to 5 volts, how would I know? When I buy a Zener diode, definitely I will be knowing how much is the breakdown voltage. That is defined by the manufacturer. We are not defining how much is the VZ. Manufacturer will define based on the dopings taken, based on the type of material taken. The Zener breakdown voltage will be already defined by the manufacturer. Like PIV rating is defined by the manufacturer for a normal diode, VZ always will be defined by the manufacturer. Suppose if it is 5 volts, and if I say anode is connected to ground, and if I apply cathode voltage more than 5 volts, then the Zener is said to be under breakdown region. If Zener is under breakdown, there is a current flowing here, which we call it as IZ. Question is, how much is the IZ? It depends. It can be this, or it can be this, it can be anywhere in between. So never ever say, there is a misopinion among the students that if Zener is under breakdown, large current flows. Not necessary always. It can be small current also, it can be average current also, it can be large current also, it can be anything. Once Zener is under breakdown, if I take the voltage across the Zener like this, if I measure voltage across the Zener, if I measure this voltage and if I call it as V0, it is going to be equal to the Vz, whatever it is. It is going to be Vz. How it is, please don't ask me here, because that comes under electronic devices. Don't mind, even if you don't know how it is, I'm sure I'll make you Zener regulator circuit very comfortable for this. If I want to explain how it is, I can do that, but it takes at least 2 hours time for explaining how Zener acts as a regulator. But in brief, I'll tell you, don't worry about that. If it is under breakdown, Zener diode behaves like a constant voltage like this, which is as Vz. If it is 5 volts, it can be. This is called equivalent representation. Equivalent representation. It is not the internal circuit. Zener is not having any battery inside. It is called equivalent representation, because I said when Zener is under breakdown, the voltage across it is constant. Constant voltage means it is like a battery. So just think about these 3 points, guys. Just think about whenever you are dealing with the regulator, that means Zener diode, you think about these 3 points only. Forget about all the things. One is, just check whether it is reverse bias or not. That means cathode voltage should be higher than anode voltage. Okay, that is the first case you have to check. If yes, then see whether that voltage is higher than the breakdown voltage given or not. If yes, the Zener is under breakdown. Once it is under breakdown, don't say the current is 0 from cathode to anode. You say that there is current flowing. How the current flows? From cathode to anode flows. And how much it is? Not leakage current. It is not leakage current. It is large current, generally in the order of milliamperes. Like forward bias current it is. Okay. So these are the 3 important points. Let us see a few more things required to understand IV characteristics. Okay. If I plot IV characteristics, then few more things can be understood. I have plotted 2 curves here. One is red color and another is blue color. Remember that this red color is for ideal diode and this blue color is for practical diode. Remember, this blue color is for practical diode. And if you see, I am plotting the characteristics between this voltage and this current, which are reverse bias, because Zener must be always under reverse bias. This is the region from here to here, this region where current is very small. Ideally speaking, this current is 0, but practically this current is IS, leakage current. So this is the region from here to here, we call it as reverse bias region. This is reverse bias. From here to here, it is reverse bias region. And I don't want my Zener diode to operate under reverse bias, because I know that current flowing through the diode under reverse bias is almost equal to 0. I don't want. Now if I come to beyond the breakdown voltage, where the breakdown voltage is mentioned here as Vz. This is the Vz, I say. Vz is called breakdown voltage. How much it is? Depends. Different 5 volts, 3 volts, 10 volts, 15 volts, 6 volts, 1 volt. Different Zener diodes are available in the market. You can just go to the shop and ask the shopkeeper that I want a Zener diode whose breakdown voltage is equal to 3 volts or something like that. Okay. Zener diode in reverse bias is working for R bias, RB, forward bias, reverse bias. If it is not in breakdown, can we consider as open circuit? As usual, yes. If it is under reverse bias, Zener diode is exactly like normal diode, open circuit. If it is under forward bias, it is exactly like normal diode, short circuit. Only breakdown region is something special. This is something special, because you will get the regulation. Jishan, if Vk is greater than 5 volts, cathode voltage across Zener will remain 5 volts? Yes, that's what I am saying. If Vk is greater than Zener voltage, then voltage across the Zener between cathode and anode is going to be Vz only. How it is, I am showing you now. Please wait. Okay, listen carefully. If this particular voltage, I call it as Vz. And ideally speaking, imagine this red color. Think about this red color graph only. Forget about blue color graph. If this is the voltage I am applying, this is the reverse voltage if I am applying. That means the voltage what I apply across the Zener may be like this. Let's say like this. This is the Zener I have. Anode is at 0. Cathode voltage what I am applying is more than particular voltage Vz. Cathode voltage is nothing but what? Reverse voltage, right? This is what reverse voltage. If it is greater than this particular voltage Vz, junction breaks down. That's what I'm saying. Junction breaks down. Please don't ask me what is junction breakdown. It is of two types: Zener breakdown, avalanche breakdown, etc., etc. So here obviously Zener breakdown happens. That's why it's called Zener diode. Once breakdown happens, the current increases from here to very large value like this. You can see the current how it is increasing. Almost vertical it is, right? Vertical it is. Suppose if I talk about practical curve, then the current is obviously not zero. Under reverse bias it is called leakage current. This current I call it as leakage current. I will show with blue color that this current is IS, leakage current, right? But if the reverse voltage is more than this particular voltage, you see this curve also increasing to very large value like this. You see this curve also, current is increasing, but not like red color, because it is practical. Red color is ideal, blue color is practical. Red color is ideal like this, but blue color is practical like this. It is increasing like this. So the difference is, if I try to find, all of you please listen very, very carefully here. If I try to find, for practical, let me say first, for practical, let me say, this is the current called as the minimum current under breakdown. That is what I call it as IZ-NE. We call it as IZ-NE. Somehow, somewhere here, I call it as IZ max. This I call it as IZ max. Highest current possible. More than this, the Zener also gets damaged. If you see the variation in current from here to here, I call it as delta IZ. Do you agree? What is delta IZ? After all, change in current. From where to where? From knee current to maximum current it is happening. When it is? When Zener is under breakdown. When Zener is under breakdown region. That means after Vz. Correspondingly, how much is the variation in voltage happening? This is the variation in current, I said. This is the variation in current. Current can vary from IZ-NE to IZ max. But what is the corresponding variation in voltage for this? If you see here, for this current, the voltage is Vz. For this current, the voltage is something here. Let me plot that also here. So this is the corresponding voltage for this current. This voltage change, we call it as delta Vz. From here to here, this variation, I call it as delta Vz. See, for a variation in current, variation in voltage is very, very small. That means Vz is almost close to zero. I say variation is, see how much small it is, but how large the current variation is. See, correspondingly, how much is the variation in voltage across the Zener? Very small. Variation is very small. Change is very small. Means almost constant. Almost constant. Change is small means almost constant. Change is zero means exactly constant. So whenever Zener is under breakdown, try to understand like this. Whenever Zener is under breakdown, change in voltage Vz is almost equal to zero, but change in current is very, very large. Change in current is very large. The ratio of this change in voltage to change in current, we call it as Rz. This is what we call it as Rz, called as dynamic resistance. Dynamic resistance. This is what we call it as dynamic resistance. Why it is called dynamic resistance? Because this resistance can change dynamically. Why? If voltage changes very small like this, but current changes to very large, so that resistance can change to very large value. Change can happen very large, but its value is very small. Why? Because large change in Iz results small value of Rz. So this is called dynamic resistance. It changes dynamically. With what? With Vz or with cathode voltage. So if cathode voltage changes dynamically or some value it changes, current flowing through the Zener changes dynamically. Why? Because the resistance offered by the Zener dynamically changes. You see guys, one simple example, if the voltage is here, this much, applied across, then the corresponding current is this much. If I increase the voltage from here to here, very small increment I have done. But correspondingly, how much is the increment in current happened? This much larger current increment happened. That means resistance has been decreased to very small value, is it not? If resistance offered by the Zener is decreased to very small, then the current flowing through the Zener will increase to very large. Suppose if the voltage is decreased, then current also dynamically decreases, resulting dynamically increasing the resistance. Is it not? If resistance is increased dynamically, current flowing through the Zener decreases. So it's all about the game of dynamic resistance in a Zener regulator. If you see the red color curve so far, if you see the red color curve, for this voltage, the current is same. For this voltage, the current is same. That means Iz knee is 0. Let's call it as Iz max. And Iz knee is this, which is this. How much is the change in current? This much is the change in current. Delta Iz, we call it as. But correspondingly, how much is the change in voltage? Delta Vz is equal to 0. That means constant voltage across the Zener is constant. Very simple like that. How it is constant? Because the dynamic resistance here in this case, delta Vz by delta Iz is equal to 0 here, which we call it as Rz is equal to 0. So when resistance is 0, current can go to very, very large value, ideally speaking infinite. So the voltage across the Zener remains constant. So it's all about Rz. Remember, I'll summarize this. If cathode voltage increases for a Zener, okay, cathode voltage increases, then the dynamic resistance will decrease. As a result, current flowing through the Zener will increase. If cathode voltage decreases, dynamic resistance of the Zener will increase. As a result, current flowing through the Zener will decrease. This is what I am saying. This is the property we use as a regulator to have output voltage constant. Because if I take the voltage across the Zener, suppose if I say this Zener is constant, have you taken the screenshot of this, guys? Have you taken the screenshot of this? Yes. If you have taken the screenshot, let me erase these things. And if I take the voltage across this Zener from cathode to anode, okay? If I take the voltage from cathode to anode, that is going to be constant. How much it is going to be? Equal to Vz. Suppose if it is a practical diode, practical Zener, if it is a practical Zener, this is cathode and this is anode. Ideally, we are representing this with a battery like this, anode and cathode. But practically, we represent with a battery like this and a resistance. What is this resistance? Rz. And this is Vz. This is practically, this is ideally. Right? So taking these 3 points, first point what I said is this. Zener must be ensured that it is under reverse bias. Zener must be under breakdown. How can we verify? This must be verified. Then only we can call it as regulator. Then current flows. How much current flows? That depends on Rz value. How much is the Rz? How much is the current flows? Depends on Rz value. How much is the Rz? Depends on cathode voltage. That's it. Okay. Let me check the regulator with a simple example. I'll tell you. See. If you understand the concept of regulation, how it happens in a circuit, what is the concept of regulator? Listen guys, how simply I am going to explain. If you just understand this figure for you, then you are going to understand the regulator very, very easily. All of you please put your attention here. With a simple diagram and example, I am making you to understand the regulator. After this, regulator becomes very, very simple. Imagine these are pipes. There is a motor here. Imagine there is a motor here. I don't know how the motor can be drawn, but still, imagine this is a motor supplying some water. So this water is flowing like this. Okay. Here some water is going this side, some water is going this side. How much is the water going this side and how much is the water going this side is decided by the diameter of the pipe. Do you agree? Since this diameter of this pipe is bigger than this diameter of this pipe, more water is going this side. Diameter is more means resistance offered by the pipe for the water is less. Do you agree like this? Diameter is more means resistance for the water is less. Diameter is less means resistance is more for the water. That's why less water. This is what happening. Suppose this is fine. Let's say some water is going this side. Imagine all of you. Some water is going this side. Some water is going this side. It's fine. Imagine for some failure in the motor. Because of some failure or misfunction of the motor, it is started supplying more and more water. Extra water being pumped from this motor. And I don't want that extra water to flow through this pipe. Then what should I do? If I keep the diameter same like this, then more water may flow this side and also may flow this side. But the condition is now, I don't want more water here. I don't want more water here to flow. Then what should be the condition? If more supply is given by this motor, that extra water whatever is coming should not flow this side means the diameter of this pipe must be increased. Then more water can go this side. That means the resistance offered by this pipe for the water should decrease by increasing the diameter. That's what you can see, guys. This is the diagram. You see? You see the difference here? You see the difference here? This is the pipe now and I increase like this. Because the motor is supplying more water, now to ensure the water flow this side is constant, I have to ensure that this diameter has been increased. Now suppose if you imagine that this water supply is much more higher happening, more water is coming, then what has to happen? To ensure the amount of water here constant, this diameter has to increase much higher, maybe like this. So more and more the water supplied here, larger and larger the diameter of this pipe, so that the amount of water flowing here is constant. If you want the amount of this water to be constant, then this diameter has to change as per the change happening. If it is increasing more, it has to increase. Suppose if the supply is reduced and you want this to be constant, then diameter has to be reduced like this. If the supply is still reduced, then the diameter has to reduce further like this, ensuring the amount of water here is constant. Agree? Agree? This is the concept of regulator. In fact, if you understand this, now regulator is going to be very simple for you guys. See, like this, I just want to summarize this pipe example by giving you the diagrams like this. You see, initially like this, if the water supply increases, right, diameter has to increase. If further is increased, it has to further increase, ensuring that the supply here is constant. If the supply is reduced, the diameter has to reduce like this. If supply is reduced, diameter further has to reduce like this, ensuring the supply here is constant. So with this concept, let us understand what is the basic regulator circuit. It is the basic regulator circuit. Now I'll make you understand very simply like this. This is the supply, this is the Zener diode. See guys, this is the Zener diode, and definitely Zener must be under breakdown region. Okay, so it must be under breakdown region. All of you please ensure that Zener is under breakdown region. I am taking it as. How can be the Zener be in breakdown? By having this voltage higher than this anode voltage. Anode is already at ground. So we know what is VZ. Assume that Zener is under breakdown. Now imagine if Zener is under breakdown and if input is something supplied, there is some current flowing here. Let us call it as IR. At this junction, there is some current going this side, IZ. There is some current going this side, IL. So what is IR now? it is IZ plus IL, correct? And if I say it is regulator, output voltage must be constant. This is what must be constant. But what is output voltage here? It is IL into RL. If I want to say output is constant, IL must be constant because RL is already constant. If IL is constant, RL is constant, then output is going to be constant. So because of this input, there is some current coming here. Out of that, something is going to the Zener, remaining is going to the load. As per the load current, something is constant out at the output. If you want this to be constant, even if input is increased, now listen carefully. If at all, this input is increased for some reason, obviously the current flows more and more. More input voltage, more the current flowing. If this current is more, then that extra current will flow through the Zener, so that Zener current will be increased, remaining the IL constant, keeping the IL constant so that output is constant. Why? Why Zener current increases this side, whichever is increased here? Why Zener current will be increased? Because the moment the voltage Vi is increased here, the cathode voltage increases. This is what I said. If cathode voltage increases, resistance offered by the Zener will decrease, so that current flowing through the Zener will increase. In dynamic, resistance is reduced, so that current is more and more going here. Imagine if the voltage is further increased, current further increases, and if voltage is further increased, Vk is further increased, so the dynamic resistance is further decreased, so Zener current goes more and more, because current always chooses the low resistance path. Suppose if the voltage is decreased, cathode voltage is decreased, so Zener current will decrease. So always IL is maintained constant. You see, changes are happening in the Zener current only, not anywhere else. Is it not? This is how the output voltage is maintained constant. Why? Because the dynamic resistance offered by the Zener is changing in accordance with the input voltage, so that the current flowing through the Zener is getting affected, not the load current. I'll give you with an example. If you want to take a screenshot, please take it. I'm going to erase this. Okay. See, this explanation what I have given is similar to this pipe explanation, is it not? If this is the resistance offered by the Zener, this is the RZ, then this much is the amount of water going. Now supply has been increased, so the resistance offered by the Zener is now decreased, so more water is going, so that here it is constant. So more is the supply given, then RZ is further decreased, so that further higher current is going, so that it is still maintained constant. Same is the case I explained. For example, let me show you one simple example. 1 second guys, let me take the questions a bit later. Okay, please hold. I'll take your questions. Okay, but let me complete this. Let's say some 10 milliampere current is going, just for example. Out of that, let's say 4 milliampere is going this side, and let's say 6 milliampere is going this side. And I want output voltage to be constant. That means 6 milliampere into RL should be always 6 milliampere into RL only. Suppose for some reason if Vi increases, assume that this is increased to 12 milliampere. If that current has become from 10 milliampere to 12 milliampere, that extra 2 milliampere will go through the Zener, making this as 6 milliampere, so that here is also remaining constant, so that output remains constant. Why this Zener will take that extra 2 milliampere current? Because the resistance offered by the Zener is already decreased according to the input voltage, because the cathode voltage is increased. So more current going this side. Where it is going then? It is going to the ground, because it is unwanted. Extra current we don't want. That is going to the ground. Let it go. Got it? Suppose, imagine Zener is not there. Imagine guys, Zener is not there. It is not there. Assume that this side is 10 milliampere current. The same current is going this side also 10 milliampere, because Zener is not there. Now imagine if input voltage increase, so that current is increased to 12 milliampere. The same current also increases here 12 milliampere, because current is not having any path to divide anywhere. So the entire current has to go through the load, so output voltage increases. This is not a regulator. In this such situation, suppose if I have a Zener diode and if it is 10 milliampere, and somehow if it is let's say 10 milliampere, and somehow if it is increased to 12 milliampere, that extra 2 milliampere, because Zener is there, now go to Zener, so that this side current remain constant. If it is not there, that extra current also has to flow this side. This is how the Zener regulator is working. Is it clear, guys? Very simple it is. You just remember IR is equal to IZ plus IL. This is a basic current equation in a regulator. And if input voltage increases, Zener current increases. If input voltage decreases, Zener current decreases. Keeps the IL constant. Keeps the IL constant. Other way also I can explain. Suppose imagine input is constant, and imagine this is IR. Let's call this current as IZ. Let's call this current as IL. Imagine if RL is increased and still you want V0 equal to constant. What is V0? In fact, IL into RL. Now I am saying RL is increased for some reason. Then to make this voltage constant, IL has to decrease. Yes, it happens. IL will decrease because the Zener current will increase then. The moment is RL is more, the voltage here will increase. Okay, the voltage here will increase. So the dynamic resistance will decrease. So the current flowing through the Zener will increase, keeping the output voltage constant. Because that extra current cannot come from this. So somehow, suppose if I say load is decreased, then IL has to increase for keeping the output voltage constant. If you want more IL, from where it has to come? From not from the supply, because supply is constant, we said. Then Zener current will reduce, so IL will be increased. This is how, for variations in input, for variations in load, the Zener current is getting adjusted so that output is always maintained constant. This is the principle of operation and how it is happening in a regulator. I'm sure that you will be having some doubts, but if you do some problems on this with some numericals, you will get more clarity on this. And before doing the problems, let me take some questions also. And then I'll tell you more points on practical regulator. Yes. Anudeep is, if Zener diode current is increased to more than IZ max, will load be affected? Yes. If Zener current, we have to ensure Zener current should not be more than IZ max always. We have to ensure that. If Zener current increases more than IZ max, Zener gets damaged. To ensure that, this is the resistance connected in fact. This is the resistance to ensure that the current coming from the source should not be more than the rating of the Zener. If that is the case happening, I have to connect a larger value of the resistance so that Zener is safe. This is what called as limiting resistance. Zener diode current is increased to more than IZ max, will load affect? I answered already. Sir, what will be the direction of current in the equivalent symbol of battery? Moving in positive terminal or out from positive terminal? Nisarg, I'll show you how it is. Suppose if the Zener is like this, need not to draw always like this, and if I say it is connected to ground, and if it is greater than Vz, okay, then the equivalent circuit is like this exactly. Okay, this is called Vz, and this is cathode, and this is anode. And the current always flows from cathode to anode. What is this current? Zener current. This current, Iz, always flows from cathode to anode. That is the specialty of the Zener. Zener is something special to have the current even in the reverse bias. That too only when breakdown region, not under just reverse bias. In reverse bias, Zener current is also zero, but in breakdown, Zener current is something. Got it, guys? This is how. Temperature will not affect on resistance, sir. It will be, but we are not now discussing the effect of temperature. It will be anyhow. By what making you the output remains constant? Output remains constant because IL is maintained constant if input is changing, or IL has to change as per the load variations. Both will be happening because of Zener current only. Both are happening because of Zener current only. That means if input increases also, Zener current gives you output voltage constant. If load increases or decreases also, Zener current is getting adjusted the current through it, so that load current is in such a way that output voltage is constant. Clear? Yeah, Verma is saying pipe concept is very simple. That's what I am saying. Pipe concept is very simple here. So if you want the water in this pipe constant, it has to change here. This is what has to change every time. Same is the case. So here in this circuit, if you see, this is like the pipe I am saying. This is the pipe. This is the supply pipe. These are three simple pipes like that. Okay. Yeah. Finally, the voltage will remain constant. That is breakdown voltage of Zener diode. Yes, exactly. Output voltage is always, ideally speaking, output voltage is always equal to Vz. But practically, output, because practically how it is, Rz also will be there. No, practically Rz also will be there. So practically output is always Vz plus Iz into Rz is the practical case. Because RZ is also considered. Why RZ has to be considered? If I consider practical diode, RZ I have to show like this. Let's have some RZ. So what is the output voltage between these two terminals? Nothing but between these two terminals, right? How much is that? So V0 is going to be Vz, which is this, plus the drop across this. How much is the drop? Iz is the current flowing through this. So plus Iz into Rz is going to be the drop. This is in fact the drawback of Zener regulator. Practically, you are not exactly getting the constant voltage, you are getting the variation in the voltage, but slightly, because RZ value is very small. The variation in output voltage is also very small. It is not exactly constant. It is. Sir, how Zener understood that to keep the load side constant? Satprakash is asking, I'll tell you. Satprakash is asking how to find Zener is under breakdown or not. It is very simple. Cathode voltage you see, between cathode and anode voltage you try to measure how much it is. Voltage between cathode and anode you measure. If it is greater than breakdown voltage, Zener is under breakdown. If not, not. You are asking how Zener will understand whether to take the current or not. Zener will not understand like that. Current always will understand to flow through the low resistance path. Like water always flows through the higher region to lower region, current always flow through the low resistance path. If the Zener resistance is decreasing, then current obviously will move towards that only more. So it's all the game of dynamic resistance of the Zener. Hope you understand. I'll give you some examples. Sir, you made it very simple, okay? Yashan Kumar. Yes, sir, I agree with Gaurav. You made it very simple. Thank you. Now I'll take it much simpler. I'll take an example. Please, all of you, please cooperate. Curve start increasing, then up to what value we can take Iz max. Iz max we don't take. Iz max will be given by the manufacturer. Iz max will be given by the manufacturer. Iz knee also will be given by the manufacturer. What is Iz knee? Minimum value of the Zener current. And Iz max is maximum value possible in a Zener diode. If the current is less than this, that means the Zener is under reverse bias. If the current is more than this, that means the current Zener diode is damaged. So always you have to ensure the current is in between these two only. Example. Let's find the example, guys. I'll give you some more clarity on this. Please listen carefully, all of you. 12 volts is the signal applied here, and 5 volts is the voltage here. Okay. So asked to find IR, IZ, IL. So the current here is IR, current here is IZ. In fact, it is simple only, but still I have a point to explain. I'll tell you. So we already know that IR is equal to IZ plus IL. So Zener breakdown is 5 volts and what we applied is 12 volts. So Zener is definitely under breakdown. Do you agree? Zener is under breakdown. Then how much is the voltage across this? It is 5 volts. So you apply 12 volts, GNR is under breakdown. So where that remaining 7 volts is, 5 volts is available across this, remaining 7 volts is dropped across this. Out of 12, 7 is dropped across this, 5 is available across this. Now it is just to find the currents. How much is IR? IR is this voltage minus this voltage divided by resistance, which is 12 minus 5 divided by 1K is 7 milliampere. Now this voltage is also 5 volts because Zener voltage is nothing but output voltage 5 volts. So IL I can find it as 5 minus 0, this minus this divided by this resistance 1K gives you 5 milliampere. So this minus this is the IZ from this equation. IZ is equal to 7 milliampere minus 5 milliampere is going to be 2 milliampere. Very simple it is, right? Everybody has taken? Please take the screenshot also if you want. Check the screenshot. I am changing the values now. I am going to change the values. Come on, guys. Yeah, Dev Kumar, yes. If Zener gets damaged, entire circuit gets damaged because output will not be constant. If that is the case, how to prevent it? We have to ensure that current should not be more than that maximum current. So how can I do that? By increasing this resistance value, because this resistance I am connecting. Instead of 1K, I will connect 5K. Maybe then the current is smaller. Can be done. Sunil, you want this once again? I'll do this with another values, okay? Some other values. Guys, please remember these values, okay? So for this case, I got IR is equal to 7 milliampere, IL is equal to 5 milliampere, IZ is equal to 2 milliampere. This is what I got for this question. There are losses. Yes, it is a basic regulator. It is not a perfect regulator for practical applications. There are many improvements are there, but gate point of view, this is very, very important regulator, gate point of view. Okay, let's come to another example, guys. Let me change this to 15 volts, not 12 volts. Now it is not 12 volts, it is 15 volts. Find the values of IR, IZ and IL again. Anurag is asking why. What is Anurag question? Yes, Nikhil, maximum and knee voltages are given by the manufacturer. Knee and maximum voltages are given by the manufacturer. Yeah, Shivam Pandey, Yashwant Sunny and others, Monica, Mansoor, everybody is giving the answer. Sunil asking how to calculate, I'll tell you. This 15 volts, Zener is under breakdown, right? If Zener is under breakdown, the voltage here is 5 volts. That means the voltage here is also 5 volts. So output voltage is 5 volts. That's what we know. The current flowing here is IL, current flowing here is IZ, current flowing here is IR. So what is IR now? IR is this voltage minus this voltage divided by resistance. So 15 minus 5 divided by 1K is 10 milliampere. How much is IL? IL is 5 minus 0. 5 minus 0 by 1K is 5 milliampere. How much is IZ then? This minus this is 5 milliampere. Note it down, guys. Okay, how much it is? 10 milliampere, 5 milliampere, 5 milliampere. Here, let's go to the another example. Let's make it as 20 volts. Imagine input voltage is increased from 12 to 15 and again 12 to 15 to 20 volts it is increased. Now tell me again the values. Tell me how much is IR now. Tell me how much is IL. Tell me how much is IZ. You can tell me again. All of you please do it. There is a point I want to explain here. This time 20 minus 5 by 1K is 15 milliampere. So let me write it as 15 milliampere. And how much is this? 5 milliampere. How much is this? 10 milliampere. Is it right? Observe the point now. Observe the point. Observe the point, one point I am saying, please observe all of you. You see, when input was 12 volts, IL was 5 milliampere. Observe all of you carefully. When input was 12 volts, IR is 7 milliampere. IL is 5 milliampere. IZ is 2 milliampere. If it is increased from 12 to 15, IR has to increase, because I said input voltage, if it is increased, IR increases. Yes, 7 to 10 milliampere it has been increased. But see, if input voltage increases, load current remains same. You see, load current remains same. But what is increased? That extra current which is coming. See, it was 7 milliampere, increased to 10 milliampere. That extra 3 milliampere is not going through this side. It is going through Zenar. 2 to 5 it has been increased. That means 3 milliampere is increased. That's what I said. No, when input increases, IR increases, that extra current will go through the Zenar. Why? Because Zenar resistance has been decreased. Load current remains constant. You see the third example, if it is increased from 15 to 20, IR is increased, IZ is increased, that extra current is flowing through Zener only, but see the load current remain constant. That means it is a regulator. It is a regulator. Same like pipe example. Yes. Same like pipe example you see. Same pipe example I have given. If input is increased, supply water is increasing, that extra water is going through this. Extra water is going through this, not through the load. So that output is constant. Output is constant. Perfect. This is the regulator. Got it, guys? Yeah. Ajay, yes, I am coming to that point only. Shall I erase this, guys? Please take the screenshot. I will erase these values, and I want to give one more point so that we'll solve more and more problems after this. Okay, get ready. Come on, faster. It's already 1 hour. I have some problems. Kumar is asking, so the load voltage is depends on the breakdown voltage. Yes, obviously. Output voltage itself is equal to the breakdown voltage. Vishnu, resistor value is different also, doesn't not a problem at all. It can be different also. These values of resistors, if you have taken these values of resistors, load anyhow not in your hands. You are not defining the load. This load means maybe it is your cell phone, maybe it is your laptop, or whatever it is. It can be anything. Then what is this value of resistance? We have to define it based on the IZ max. We have to define this based on the IZ max, right? Just for example, I have given equal resistance for easy calculations, nothing else. Suppose I'll give you one more example, guys. One more example. If input is not 12 volts, if input is 9 volts, tell me what is the value of IR, IZ, and IL. All of you, please. Tell me the values of IR, IZ, and IL if input is 9 volts. We have found it for 12 volts, 15 volts, 20 volts. Now can you tell me for 9 volts how it is? How much it is? Come on, please. Yeah, please tell me the values of IR, IZ, and IL for 9 volts input applied. There are some confusions for somebody. Some people gave it correct, some people gave it wrong. Let's see how it is. See, 9 volts is applied and breakdown is 5 volts. Let us say that Zener is under breakdown. Okay, let us assume. So the current flowing here is IR, current flowing here is IZ, and current flowing here is IL. So how much is IR? I need to explain how it is. 9 minus 4 by 1K. That's the reason I gave these values 1K, because calculations becomes easy. So it becomes 5 milliampere, right? So how much is IL? IL is IL is 5 milliampere. So what is IZ? 0. IZ is 0, right? What is this IZ equal to 0 means? What is the meaning of IZ equal to 0? IZ equal to 0 here means there is no current flowing through the Zener. That means Zener is under reverse bias. Zener is under reverse bias. If Zener is under reverse bias, is it like a regulator? Is it a regulator circuit? Definitely not. If it is regulator, if it is reverse bias means it is like open circuit. Then how the circuit looks like? The circuit looks like this. This is 1K, this is 1K, and you have applied 9 volts. Because Zener has open circuit like this, reverse bias. Then what is the output voltage? As we have taken here we have taken it as 5 volts, no? Here output we have taken as 5 volts, which is wrong. What is output? 4.5 volts. Why? Because just a potential divider circuit. 9 volts got divided across this and this as 4.5 and 4.5. Oh, sorry guys. Not 9 minus 4. It is 9 minus 5. It is 5. Sorry. So this is 4 milliampere. So this tells you that, yes. Once again I'll tell you. Sir, yeah. By mistake I wrote it as 4. Okay. Let me check it once again. Okay. This is 9 volts I gave. So how much is this voltage? 5 volts we have taken. So how much is this current? IR. How much is this IR? So by mistake I have written 9 minus 5 divided by 1K. It is equal to 4 milliampere. So how much is IL we are saying? IL is this current, right? How much is that? 5 by 1K, which gives you 5 milliampere. So what this now IZ tells you? IZ is this minus this is minus 1 milliampere. What is this minus 1 milliampere means? That means I have taken this current as like this. That is how I got this IZ, right? But it is telling me that current is flowing like this. Current is flowing like this, which is equal to 1 milliampere. Is it possible? If current is flowing from anode to cathode, that means the Zener is under forward bias. That means Zener is under forward bias. Is it not? Zener is under forward bias. If the Zener is under forward bias, how it behaves like? It behaves like this. It behaves like this. So what is the output voltage then? This is 1K, this is 1K. Then what is the output voltage? Absolutely 0. The diode is forward bias means you are taking the voltage across short circuit output voltage. So it is not behaving like a regulator. It is not under breakdown. In fact, it is under forward bias in this case. This is what says actually. But it is not. Why? Because what we have done is wrong. Totally wrong. Because Zener is not under breakdown. Current cannot flow from anode to cathode if it is under reverse bias. We are saying that it is a breakdown and current is flowing from anode to cathode. Not. Why? To understand how it is, if I apply instead of 12 volts, if I apply 9 volts for example, remove the Zener. Let us say Zener is not there. Then how much is the voltage across this? Which is nothing but this. I'll call it as VK, cathode voltage. Cathode voltage, which is 9 into 1K upon 2K, which is 4.5 volts. So the voltage here is going to be 4.5 volts if I apply 9 volts and 1K and 1K resistors. And in that case, if I apply this Zener diode, here, which is 4.5 volts, I am applying to the breakdown voltage of 5 volts. So Zener is just reverse bias. Zener is just reverse bias, not a forward bias, not a breakdown. So then how it behaves? It is just like open circuit. So how much is the current IR? How much is the current IL? They are exactly equal. IR is equal to IL is equal to 9 by 2K. It is 4.5 milliamperes. This is the current actually flowing because it is not under forward bias. It is not under reverse bias. It is not under breakdown. It is under reverse bias. So you also always have to check with the input voltage what is applied. Is that voltage sufficient to break the Zener diode or not? We are saying that input voltage increases or decreases, output is constant, we are saying, right? That is true. But ensuring that Zener is under breakdown. Suppose the input voltage what you apply is less than the voltage you applied, less than the breakdown voltage, then Zener is not a regulator. This is called line regulation. If the input is increasing more and more, if this voltage increases this IR value such that it is exceeding the IZ max, then also it will damage. So we have to take care. So whenever we say input is increasing or decreasing, it will take care not for any values. There are some limitations. Those are the limitations, we call it as line limitations, supply limitations. Similarly, we say that if load increases or decreases, output is constant, we are saying, but not for any value. There are limitations. What is the minimum value of this resistance so that Zener is still under breakdown? So that is also important. So we also have to consider that also. It is not just calculating the currents. It is also to be ensured every time that Zener is under breakdown. If you find any time Zener current equal to 0 or Zener current is equal to negative, if you find, that means that is not a regulator. That means that is not a regulator. Remember, Zener current must be always must be greater than knee current. IZ must be greater than knee current, must be less than maximum current. Zener current must be between these two only. That ensures it is always clear. Got it, guys? Shubham. I think you people got confused with some values. Don't get confused. If I were to short circuit the load, what would happen, sir? That's what. If I short circuit the load, we are saying that load cannot be any value. If I say if load is smaller, still it is regulator, that's fine. But how small it is? If it is smaller to 0, load is becoming short like this, then it is not a regulator. Why? Because V naught becomes 0. The moment it is load is shorted, V naught becomes 0. If it is 0, then cathode voltage is also becoming 0. So then it is not under breakdown. It's not a regulator then. Similarly, this value cannot be any value large. Suppose if I say it is infinite, then it is not a regulator again. Right? Open circuit it is. So output will be not useful for us. So you have to ensure that what value of RL you are connecting always. Zener is not under breakdown. It will be act as forward bias or reverse bias. Yes, that depends. That depends all on cathode voltage. If cathode voltage is more than anode voltage, just it is reverse bias. If anode voltage is more than cathode voltage, then it is just forward bias. And breakdown already explained. Yeah, once again, let me explain with, for example, 10 volts. Let me explain this time. If I apply 10 volts, it looks like 10 volts is more than 5 volts, so Zener is under breakdown. No, you have to ensure. How? Imagine that this is not there, it is not there. So let's find how much is the voltage here, call it as cathode voltage. We call it as cathode voltage. How much it is that? 5 volts, right? Because it is potential divider. That means you are applying 5 volts to the Zener diode whose breakdown voltage is equal to 5 volts. So Zener is not under breakdown. It is just reverse bias now. So if it is just reverse bias, what is the current flowing here? 0 it is. Is it not? It is 0 it is. If the current flowing here is 0 means the current flowing here and here will be same. How much it is? 10 divided by 2K, it is 5 milliampere. Same current, 5 milliampere. The same thing can be understood in another way. Same thing can be understood in another way. Suppose once again, 10 volts is the voltage if I apply, and I assume that it is still breakdown because I don't know. If I found that it is under breakdown, 5 volts, then I find this current, IR is equal to 5 milliampere I get, IL is equal to 5 milliampere I get, so IZ I will get it as 0. From this also I can say Zener current is 0 means Zener is under reverse bias. So it is not a regulator. So what you found are wrong. Because it's not a regulator. As a regulator these values are wrong. Got it? That way also you can say. Suppose if it is 8 volts. Suppose if it is 8 volts. So what is the voltage here coming as 4 volts? So 4 volts is not sufficient to break it. So it is not under breakdown. So the current flowing here is 0. So what is the current flowing here? It is 4 volts by 1K is 4 milliampere. Here also 4 milliampere. We can find another way also this 8 volts if I apply. So let me say that it is 5 volts for example. So I'll find this also. So IR I'll find it as 8 minus 5 divided by 1K is 3 milliampere. IL I'll find it as 5 milliampere. So IZ tells me that it is minus 2 milliampere. I just told you IZ cannot be negative. If it is negative, it is not a regulator, I said. Because it is not under breakdown and we have taken it as breakdown, that's why it is showing you negative value, which is wrong. Here, in this question, input voltage less than 10 volts, it should be acting as reverse bias. Exactly. Now tell me, I'll give you one more question. Okay, I'll tell you one more question. Let's say this is 2K. Let's say this is 2K. Now tell me how much is the VI required so that Zener is under breakdown. Come on, tell me. How much is the VI minimum required so that Zener is under breakdown? If this is 2K and this is 1K. Harshvardhan, grades. If you are learning, I am very much happy. Yes, every time. Sunil is saying that every time, whenever we deal with regulators, we have to confirm that Zener is under breakdown. Otherwise, it's not possible. See this question? So if I don't have this Zener, if I say it is 5 volts and if I say it is not there, I need to find how much is this cathode voltage. How much is the cathode voltage? VI into 1K by total is 3K. How much is minimum required for me? It is equal to 5 volts because Zener breakdown is 5 volts, right? So how much is VI? 15 volts. So minimum input should be more than 15 volts. Then the voltage here will be more than 5 volts. Then the Zener will be breakdown. Then only it is working as regulator. So if this is the case, if this is 2K resistor, 12 volts also it is not as a regulator. If it is more than 15 volts, then only it is working as a regulator. Otherwise, it will not work as a regulator. Got it? Simple like that. Suppose if it is 2K guys, if it is 2K, then how much is? I don't ask how much is and all. You tell me is it a regulator or not. If it is 2K, tell me is it a regulator or not. Simple. If it is 2K, is it a regulator or not? Say yes or no. Yes, it is, because how much is VK now? VK is 12 into 2K by 3K, okay, 8 volts. So here coming is 8 volts. So more than 5 volts. So it is regulator. Fine. Okay. Hope this is more than sufficient, guys. Let me go to the next question then. You have to tell me the answer for this now, because we have spent enough time. Let's make it faster. Come on guys, give me the answer for question number 1. For the circuit shown, Zener current is 3 milliampere. IZ is given 3 milliamperes. What this means guys, IZ is given 3 milliamperes means it is already in breakdown, right? No need to verify now. Why? Zener current is flowing means it is under breakdown. No need to verify now. And maximum Zener current is 100 milliampere. IZ max. I told you. What is IZ max? It will be given always. 100 milliampere. What is the minimum allowable value of RL? What should be the lowest value of RL so that it is working as regulator is the question. Come on guys. Come on, you can tell me. Since it is already under breakdown, it is said already, indirectly it is said. We need not to check. So the voltage, how much it is? 3.3 volts. So how much is the voltage here? Also 3.3 volts. Now the current flowing here is IZ, current flowing here is IR, current flowing here is IL. Come on, tell me now the values. Asked is to find RL. What is RL? Resistance is RL. Load resistance is output voltage by load current it is. How much you want? Minimum you want, right? If you want this RL minimum, IL should be maximum. Why sir? V0 can be minimum, no? There is no minimum value for V0 and maximum value. V0 is constant. This is constant because it is regulator. So IL should be maximum. So find that what is IL max. You need to find what is IL max. Come on, find what is IL max. Beat Chaudhary is having network problem. Ayush 240. Shibam also 240. Yes. What about others? Surya Prakash, no. Yes. We know that IR is equal to IL plus IZ. So how much is IR? I'll find this as this. So 20 minus 3.3 is IR divided by 1K is IR is equal to IL we need to find plus IZ. How much is IZ? IZ is 3 milliampere. It is said that this is the current flowing through this. So what is IL? Can I call it as IL maximum now? Because what I have taken here is minimum value. This is the current I have taken. So when this is subtracted from this, IL is going to be maximum. Substitute that, you are going to get 240. 240 volts. Perfect. Everybody is okay for this? Right. Now let's go to the second question. Second question. Come on. Any problem, guys? Anybody is having? Please ask me if you have. Second question, faster. The Zener diode shown in figure has VZ equal to 18 volts. This is 18 volts. Breakdown voltage is 18 volts. Across it, so long as the Zener current is maintained between 200 milliampere and 2 ampere. So IZ is between 200 milliampere to 2 ampere. Find the value of R so that the voltage remains 18 volts as input is free to vary from 22 to 28. Input is changing from 22 to 28. What should be the value of resistance so that output voltage remains at 18 volts? That's the question, right? Here also 18 volts. Come on, try. So resistance is asked again. After all, what is resistance? Voltage across this divided by current through this. What is the current through this? IR. How much is the current here? IZ. How much is the current here? IL. So find IR and come on, tell me. So what is significance of 100 milliampere in last question? Can we take 100 milliampere instead of 3 milliampere? Dinesh, no. This tells you that this is the maximum current possible through the Zener, right? If you take in place of IZ, suppose here can I write IL is equal to IR minus IL, IZ, sorry, IL is equal to IR minus IZ, can I write? I know already how to find IR. IZ is the value I need to substitute either this or this. But what the value of IL you want? Maximum, right? If you want to subtract something maximum, are you going to get maximum value? No. You want IL maximum, so subtraction must be minimum value. Then only you are going to get maximum value for this current. This current is maximum. If this is maximum, you are going to get the load resistance minimum. Clear? Beat Chaudhary, check your internet connection because others are fine. Beat Chaudhary, please check your internet connection. So can I write this R as this voltage minus this voltage, where this voltage is how much? 22 minus 18 divided by IR. R, I can also write this as 28 minus 18 divided by IR. This also I can write because input can be this or this it is. So now let's find what is IR. We know that IR is equal to IZ plus IL. What is IZ? IZ can be this or can be this. So I'll take this value, 200 milliampere, plus IL is this voltage divided by this resistance. So can I say it is 1 ampere? This is the IR I substitute here. So it is 4 divided by 1200 milliampere gives you 3.3 ohm. You may ask a question that, sir, why you are taking this? Why you are taking this current? Why can't you take this current? Yes, you can. Then IR can be calculated like this. IR equal to IZ plus IL, fine. But how much is IZ now I am taking? 2 ampere plus IL is again 1 ampere. So it is going to be 3 ampere. If I take IZ equal to 2 ampere, then I should not substitute this value. I should substitute this value. This. Why? Because more the voltage I apply, current through the zener is more. If I take this value, low current flows through the zener. If I take this value, high current flows through the zener. Is it not? That's what I am taking it is. So it is 10 divided by 3. It is still it is going to be 3.3 ohms. So either way it is correct. That's what some of you may be wrong. Okay. See, when you take this voltage, current cannot be this, current should be this, because more voltage, where it goes, more current, where it goes, to the zener. If more voltage is applied, same current will not flow. Yes. Verma, yes, exactly Verma. For 22 volts, IZ equal to 200 milliamperes. If voltage increases, IR increases, IZ increases. So the current for 28 volts must not be this, must be this. Clear? Right, guys. Come on, go for this question now. This is another important question. Come on, guys, make it faster. Yes, Verma, exactly. Same like pipe concept again. What will be the maximum resistance? Resistance maximum would be in that case, that depends on the zener current minimum. If zener current is maximum, then the resistance can be maximum possible because current becomes minimum, or zener current. It all depends on, because the zener knee current and maximum current are not given, we cannot find maximum resistance in that circuit. Okay. Shaikh Imtiaz, what do you want exactly? Come on, others, please do this. Others, please do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it faster, make it faster. Yeah, Sheikh Imtiaz, I understand, but where is your problem? If I want to explain everything, others also gets bored and time also being wasted. No, exactly where your problem is, I can explain that. That is also useful for you. Right. So ask this to find what is the VZ is given. This is 5 volts given. Okay. So the voltage here is 5 volts. Here I am not checking whether zener is under breakdown or not. Why? Because it is already said that regulator. It is already said that regulator. So it's obviously breakdown. So the voltage here is also 5 volts. So current here is IL. How much is the current here? IZ. How much is the current here? IR. Knee current is given 0.5 milliampere. IZ knee is given. Okay. Find the maximum load current. Load current is asked. So what is load current? IL is nothing but IR minus IZ it is. But ask for maximum load current. So can I call it as IL max? If I want this IL maximum, it is IR minus this current must be minimum. IZ should be knee current. So which is given. So when subtraction is minimum, current will be maximum. That's what we need to find. So that is given already. So my goal is to find only IR. So let me find what is IR. IR is equal to 15 minus 5 divided by 1K, or IR can also be 25 minus 5 by 1K. Which one should I take? This one I should take, or this one I should take? Yeah, if I take this, it is 10 milliampere coming. If I take this, it is coming 15 milliampere. Sorry, 20 milliampere. is coming to be 20 milliampere. Now the question is, in place of IR, what I have to substitute? This one I have to substitute, or this one I have to substitute? I have to substitute not this one, not this one. I have to substitute 10 milliampere. Minus GNR is 0.5 milliampere. The answer is 9.5 milliampere. This is the correct answer. Not 19.5. Suppose if I substitute this, I am getting IL is equal to IL. I am getting IL maximum. I am getting 19.5 milliampere. So which one is correct answer out of these two? We are getting two answers. Which one is correct answer out of these two? It is asked to find the maximum load current, right? Maximum load current. Then this should be the correct answer, no? But no. Why? If input voltage increases from 15 to 25, load current will not increase. That's what the regulator means, right? If input voltage increases, load current increases, that's not a regulator. If input voltage increases, Zener current increases. And he said Zener current is, knee current is flowing. That means input voltage is definitely this. That means IR must be this. Then the answer is this, not this. Got it? Yes, 0.5 is IZ minimum, right? Yes, Subhash Reddy, exactly. Yeah, Shubham Dubey and others. You're asking why 10 milliamperes, right? It is not giving IZ minimum. It's not giving IL minimum, it is giving IZ maximum only. Why? See, this is the point. He said that Zener current is flowing. How much is the Zener current? Knee current is flowing. The current through the Zener is knee current, means the voltage applied is minimum voltage must be, then only Zener current will be less. Suppose if the input voltage is 25 applied, then the current flowing through this should not be for this value should not be 0.5 milliampere flowing, right? When more voltage is applied, more current has to flow, which is not given. Then that's why I am taking this. Then input must be taken 15. Clear? Yes. Because input voltage affect IZ, not IL. Shubham, exactly the point. Input voltage affect the IZ, not the IL. Exactly, that's the point. Perfect. Go to the next one, guys. Come on, this one. Make it faster. Zan, corresponding to 15, 25 tak aate IZ will increase. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. So this question is all about that, Generally, I know many institutions also, famous institutions also, this type of gate question is there, previous gate question is there. Everybody gave this answer is the correct answer because maximum is asked, but it's wrong. This is correct. Okay, come on, this one, give me the answer. Okay, Rajesh Reddy. Come on, give me this answer. Find the minimum power rating of Zener diode in milliwatt. Find the minimum power rating of the Zener diode in milliwatt. IZ knee is 10 milliampere, VZ is 5 volt. That means this is breakdown voltage is 5 volts. IZ knee is 10 milliampere given. Find the minimum power rating of the Zener diode. Minimum power rating. Minimum power rating of the Zener is asked. What should be the rating of this Zener minimum? At least that should be there. That's what the question is. Yeah, GEC College. I forgot your name. You said Rohit or something. C you are saying, right? Okay. Any others? Other students, come on guys. Other students, please tell me the answer faster. Rahul, yeah, Rahul. Come on, others. Rahul already gave the answer. What about you guys? Zan is saying B. Vishnu saying A. Oh, different answers. Amit also saying B. What about others? Okay, let me do it. Current flowing here, let me call it as IR. Current flowing here, let me call it as IL. Current flowing here, let me call it as IZ. Okay. Imagine, okay, let's find the currents first. Okay, IR. IR is equal to 10 minus 5 divided by 100 is the current. IL is equal to 5 divided by 125 is this. So IZ is 10 milliamperes given, of course. Now what is first of all minimum power rating means? What should be the rating of the diode so that it is safe? Minimum rating should be how much? So if I want to find how much is the minimum rating of the Zener, I have to find how much is maximum power dissipation possible across the Zener. How much is the maximum power dissipation possible? What is power dissipation across the Zener? PZ is equal to VZ into IZ, right? VZ is constant already, anyhow it is 5 volts. But IZ can be going to maximum, right? If it goes to maximum, that is the PZ max, I call it as PZ max. How much it could be possible? How much it could be possible? It is possible as IZ maximum possible equal to IR only. IZ maximum possible is IR only, not more than that. IZ is equal to IR means IL is not there, right? So if I take IZ maximum as 10 minus 5 divided by 100, so how much is this? 5 by 100. So 50 milliampere, right? So how much is PZ maximum possible? 250 milliwatt. So maximum power possible across the Zener is, if at all IL becomes 0 also, highest current goes through Zener is 50 milliampere. In that case, highest power possible across the Zener to dissipate is 250 milliwatt. That means the minimum rating of the Zener should be connected here of 250 milliwatt. So the answer is B is correct. Suppose if at all more than this current flows, suppose, still the Zener is happy here, not damaging. If the power dissipation is less than that also it is safe, it is. Got it? So here understand the meaning of the question. Minimum power rating is asked. If the question asked is how much is the minimum power across the Zener, then the answer would be something different. VZ into IZ knee it is. Then it is 5 into 10 milliamperes it is. That is 50 milliwatt it is. If the question is what is the Zener minimum power dissipation, the answer would be something. But that is not the question. You see, minimum power rating is asked. Rating means how much is the minimum capacity of the diode should be there. Got it? Minimum power is not asked. Minimum power rating is asked. Don't forget this word. Minimum power rating is asked. Understand this. That is the importance here. Okay? Go to the next one, guys. How is maximum IZ? You know, if I want maximum power, current through the Zener must be maximum. When the current through the Zener will be maximum possible? Current through the Zener is possible maximum only when entire current from the supply goes through the Zener, right? If this current is 0. So IZ is maximum possible only when IR is equal to this. Yes, minimum power rating. Yeah, exactly. Minimum power rating. minimum power rating required means maximum power you have to find. That is the minimum. See, what is my minimum capacity? I can teach 10 hours a day. That is what minimum capacity. How much Ramesh sir's minimum capacity of teaching hours? What is the meaning of that? Minimum I can teach 10 hours. That means maximum I can teach more than that also. That is the minimum capacity of mine, right? So suppose in this case, in this example, if I connect a Zener diode of, let us say, 100 watt, 100 milliwatt Zener diode, if I connect, there are chances that Zener gets damaged because the highest power possible across the Zener is 250 milliwatt, then Zener gets damaged. Suppose if I connect 300 milliwatt Zener diode here, even maximum current flows through this, the Zener is still safe because its capacity is more than what is possible there. Got it? If they ask like maximum power rating instead of minimum, same thing we have to do. Maximum power rating, yes. Yes, exactly. Come on, guys. This question, next question. Come on, make it faster. Find the values of R1 and R2. If VZ1 is 10 volts, IZ1 is 20 milliamperes, VZ2 is 5 volts, IZ2 is 10 milliamperes. Come on. It is driving the load, no doubt. It is driving the load. Possible case, I am saying. Possible case. Tell me, what is the value of R1 and R2 here? What are the values of R1 and R2 here? If VZ1 is, this Zener diode breakdown voltage is 10 volts. Current here is 20 milliampere. This Zener diode is 5 volts and current through this is 10 milliampere. What is the value of R1 and what is the value of R2? These are the things required. Come on, make it faster, make it faster, make it faster. Whenever Zener regulator circuit is given, please very carefully read the question. Read the question very carefully. Within the question only, entire meaning you have to understand. Then only try to solve the questions. Otherwise, you may make some mistakes. You may make some mistakes. Come on, guys. Shivam is already saying 444. What is that? R1 or R2? Okay. 444 and 333. Okay. Let us check. What about others? Shibam is saying 444 and 333. Others, please check it. Correct or not? Verma is saying 250. Okay. Come on. What about others? $444 and 333. Masum Panda. Yashan Kumar 0.66K for R1. Okay. Deepa 444. Many people are saying 444 and 333. Maybe correct. Check it. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? See, what is R1? This voltage minus this voltage. What is this voltage? 10 volts. How much is this voltage? 5 volts. If this is 10 volts, can I say this is also 10 volts? So current R1 is now this voltage minus this voltage divided by the current. Let me call it as I1. So R1 is 30 minus 10 divided by I1. So if I find what is I1, it's done. Similarly, what is R2? R2 is this voltage 10 volts minus this 5 volts divided by the current flowing here. What is this current? Let me call it as I2. So it is 10 minus 5 by I2 it is. So my goal is to find what is I1 and I2. Let me find I1 and I2. See, the voltage here is 5 volts. That means here is also 5 volts. You all agree? So what is the current here? It is 5 milliampere. 5 volts divided by 1K is 5 milliampere. So this side current is 5 milliampere. This side current is 10 milliampere. So what is I2? I2 is 15 milliampere. So this is done. 5 by 15 milliampere is the answer. Correct? Now, the current going this side is 15 milliampere. The current going this side is, let's say, 10 milliampere. How? This is 10 volts divided by 1K is 10 milliampere. So this side 15, this side 10. So how much is this? This is 25 milliampere. If this side current is 25 milliampere, this side current is 20 milliampere, how much is I1? 45 milliampere. So this is 20 divided by 45 milliampere are the answers. Are you all doing like this? This is 444 ohms and this is 333. I think Shibam and others who have given are correct. Perfect it is. Any doubts for anybody, guys? It is just finding the currents, nothing else. It is just finding the currents. This is one of the important problems in the Zener regulators. If you have done this, everything is done. Clear, everybody? Many students are not responding to the questions. Guys, please do it. You want Shubham Dubey saying very easy, very good. Somebody is asking once again. Let me do it faster because this is 10 volts breakdown. Here is 10 volts. I have written in green. Since this is 5 volts, this is 5 volts. Here 5 volts means here is also 5 volts. Here 10 volts means here is also 10 volts, right? So 10 volts here means divided by resistance is 10 milliampere current this side. I have written in blue color, right? Now here 5 volts means the current flowing this side is 5 milliampere. Now if this side current is 5 milliampere and this side current is 10 milliampere, before this junction it must be sum of these two currents, which is 15 milliamperes. I substituted, I got it. Similarly, this side is 15 milliampere, this side is 10 milliampere. So before this junction it must be 25 milliampere. So here 25 milliampere, here 20 milliampere means before the junction 45 milliampere. I substituted, I got the answer. As simple as that. Come on guys, go for the next one. Come on, go for this. A 6 volt Zener diode. Shall I give it as homework? Because I have explained many things already. Let's go for this as homework. All of you please take it as homework. Please take it as homework. This question is homework. 6 volt Zener diode shown in the figure has 0 Zener resistance. RZ is 0 given. Fine. The knee current is 5 milliampere. Knee current is 5 milliampere. The minimum value of R so that the voltage across it does not fall below 6 volts. That means here should be 6 volts required. How much the value of R should be? Please take it as homework. Please take it as homework. Okay? Please. That's all about regulators, guys. If you can see, I am suggesting you now after this class, I am going to finish it. What you have to do? Again, solve all the problems which we have done in the class. If you have clear with the theory, it's okay. If you have not clear with the theory, watch it again and solve for all the problems again and do it. Okay. Even I have given the solution, please do it again. Then if you want more practice, please do it in the PDF or go through PDF also once. Okay. If I am missing any theory, you can see that there also. Third thing you have to do is you have to write the exam. You have to write the exam. These are the three things I am giving you as tasks. Before writing the exam, please do the homework also. When you have to do, after 1 and 2, you have to go to the homework. After that, you have to write the quiz. These are the things you have to do. Shikam is asking, Naga Chaitanya and others. I'm not aware about scholarship exam and all. You can talk to customer success or you talk to Anand dot Pandey at the rate at the rate gradeup.co at the rate gradeup.co. He will be helping you for all course related questions. Deepa, please contact this person. Please contact this person. Okay. Okay, Pratik, if support is not responding, please send a mail, reminder mail to anand.pandey. Don't worry, if you are eligible, they will give you definitely. They will call you guys, about the scholarship. They will give you, don't worry about it. Everything will be done systematically on grade up. Don't worry about it. I'll also remind them once again, please. I'll also remind them to apply your scholarships and inform. You also check your mails. You must be received a mail from this. If not, I'll tell them to receive. Otherwise, you contact on this mail. They will respond to you sure. Okay. Deepa Vijayalakshmi got the call already. How much is the discount you got? How much is the scholarship you got, Deepa? Deepa, how much is the scholarship you got? And others, guys, who else got the scholarship? How much is the scholarships you got? If anybody is informed. Nikhil, I don't think so. Scholarship will be only once it will be happening for this batch. Yeah. Yes, how much is the percentage? Pratik got 60% scholarship. Very great it is. 60%, more than 50%. Oh, rank 5. Anurag is rank 5. Shivam got 100% scholarships. Great it is. Oh, congrats guys. Congrats Shivam. You got 100%. Superb. Subhash Reddy 60%. Superb. Nihar also 60%. Oh, anybody 80%? Yes, Monica got 80%. Oh, super guys. You all got achieved very good percentage. Huh? Enjoy. You have to give me a party. 100%. Another person. Sheikh Imtiaz got 100% scholarship. Oh. Likita got 80%. Superb guys. Great it is. Nice. Nice to see this. No. Every NIT students and IIT students directly eligible for 50% discount. No, if you want more than this, you have to perform the scholarship test. If you are top, like other people you are getting, you also get it. Deepa, how much you got? I didn't get you. Congrats, guys. Yeah, party karna padega. Deepa Vijayalakshmi, I missed yours or what? Oh, you got 40%. Great. Enjoy. Okay, guys, that's all about today's class. Let's meet again in the next class. Mihira, your name is not there in that. You have not given exam. If your name is not there means maybe your performance is not up to that cutoff. Above there will be a cutoff, no? You may get the mail, guys. Others, please keep talking about Anand. I get it. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining me again. And tomorrow let's meet again. I think tomorrow is Saturday, right? 10 o'clock. Huh? Our class is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let's meet again at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. All the best. Let's meet again in the next class tomorrow. Till then, stay safe, stay home, don't go anywhere. All the best.